Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family Cog-Wheel railway journey, riding unique transit in Budapest. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that I'm in Budapest, Hungary for a few weeks, and at the end of this trip, I'll be recording my final verdict video, comparing Budapest with other cities to help you decide if you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. This will be an exclusive video, but you can easily gain access to it by subscribing or donating any amount on buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. With that being said, our transit vehicle, unique transit vehicle, I don't know if it's a train, a tram, or a funicular, or something in between. It's about to depart in a few minutes, so we have a little bit of time to take a look at it and see how it's designed. As I get closer, you will see that this is the basically there's nothing over here. It's a dead end. Very cute design. It's definitely an older design, and this is line number 60. If you want to look it up when you are in Budapest, these are the stops that it covers, the first stop and the last stop. There are also a lot of stops in between. The entire ride is approximately, give or take, about 20 minutes. I already rode it a few times, of course, because this line is so much fun. You can see the information about this particular vehicle. I believe it was built in 1973, at least I believe that's what it says right here. Very beautiful red and white color style. Here they have an area for bicycles, so if you want to come here with your bicycle, you can easily have plenty of room to park it. This is the place to validate your ticket. That's what you need to do when you are using public transportation in Budapest, unless you buy an unlimited pass for 24 hours, 72 hours, 15 days, 30 days, then you don't need to validate it. Otherwise, if you buy single ride tickets, you have to keep validating those. They also have time-based tickets and a lot of other options available. Actually, I think Budapest offers such a great menu when it comes to public transportation, ticket purchase options and prices. I made a separate video about it. Feel free to look it up on my channel if you're interested. This is the schedule right here. So you can see that this line, number 60, it runs approximately every 20 minutes or so on both weekdays and weekends. So it's not a very high frequency, but for this line, because it goes through the forest and less dense areas, it appears to be enough. 20 minutes is not that bad, but of course it could be better. But again, for this specific line, it's probably sufficient. As we can see, the vehicle consists of two cars. Very beautiful. It's very well kept. I think they did an excellent job maintaining it. And let's take a look inside again. They do not allow bicycles here, as you can see from these signs. If you want to transport a bicycle, you have to go to the second coach or second car. We also have these information signs. Very nice looking vehicle. Also, if you want to see views, it gives you an ability to do that. If you are over here, unfortunately you cannot see anything through the very front or the very back, but because you can see through the side, I think it still can be considered a scenic way to explore Budapest. So these are specific racks for bicycles, as you can see. And they have even more in the back. Pretty cool. I always like to take a look around and check different angles to see if there's any particular spot that is better for filming. Sometimes some windows are wider, or they have a little bit less frames, or that are thinner, so the view is better. But in this case, it seems like it makes very little difference. So we're just going to stay where I was originally planning to stay. And this is what the station looks like. I noticed that it's a lot busier during weekdays, and also on the weekend. I think it depends on what time you show up, but keep that in mind, that these vehicles might be busy, and it's good that right now when we are recording it's not too busy. It's about to depart in a minute or two. As a friendly reminder, feel free to take a look at my channel page. I have a lot of videos about different kinds of unique transit vehicles that are still operating all over the world, including Europe, Asia, and the United States. And I'm making a lot of videos about Budapest because this city is so full of history and beautiful architecture, and fortunately they preserved a lot of their vintage heritage historic transit vehicles. I just rode the children's railway on a very vintage train that was super fun. And also they have older trams as well as some older trolley buses. A couple of days ago I was lucky to catch an older Icarus made in the 80s, the trolley bus. I have a video about that. And of course the newer vehicles too. I try to cover a little bit of everything. So I recommend you keep in touch. If there are any specific videos or any recommendations for any kind of historic transit that you'd like me to explore, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. I would be very grateful. I try to use ChatGPT for research, but the information it gives me is not always accurate. Sometimes it uses data that is a few years old, and it tells me like, oh, you can still catch this bus or this trolley bus at this location. And I go there and I realize, oh, they are no longer running because they were discontinued 3 years ago. So it's always important to double check and verify all the details. I also noticed that they are planning to replace these transit vehicles because these ones are in the 70s, were built in the 70s, so they are pretty old. But it is pretty expensive, so they are still thinking about that. I personally feel that the condition is great, and I don't feel it's outdated in any way. I think it's a great way to explore the city. So hopefully they still keep these running and focus on other things. I believe the schedule said 11:27 or 11:28, but oh, and there you go. Now we are about to depart. It's gonna get pretty loud in here. see another one just arrived.
Rack-hegy.
We are currently going downhill and the recline is pretty steep.
Városút.
And the whole thing that's cool about it is that it has a third rail, and because the recline or incline is so steep, this rail is used to actually pull the vehicle. So it is a little bit like a funicular, but it's also kind of like a train, but it's also a little bit like a tram. If you know the right definition for this vehicle, let me know. All I know is that it's so much fun.
Tisztelt utasaink! Az ellenkező irányból érkező járatra várunk. Köszönjük szíves türelmüket!
Your attention, please. We are waiting for the tram coming from the opposite direction. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, that's very cool. So on this note, I want to let you know that as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching, and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate you being a part of the Transit Nomad family and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.